the dais. For want of time, I may not be speaking about each one of them anyway. My respects to each one of them anyway. Good morning once again. Dear friends, as Mr. Hanumantraju said, this is the third edition of Tech Transform, and this is called Tech Transform 2018. I should acknowledge the kind of stimulus that we got from BMS College of Engineering when we started off this program, Tech Transform. BMS College of Engineering, you all know, has a program called as Phase Shift. That's a wonderful program, flagship program. As a sister institution of that institution, we also wanted to do very similar, probably even better than that. We have started off this kind of technology program then. That's how in 2016 we started off this. In fact, I came to know that there is a good number of registrations from other colleges also for various of 24 events that are planned here. It's great. I welcome those participants from other colleges also. The very root of this Tech Transform event or activity lies in the society actually. How did we start? How did we start? Why did we start this kind of an event is the question. In fact, if you look at the society, you see that the society is both economically as well as socially highly skewed. You see that there is a large number of unprivileged and underprivileged people in the society, and there is only a small percentage of elite people. And most technologies that we engineers develop and deploy, they are largely to help the haves only. In other words, the privileged people only. And because of this kind of a situation, the have-nots or the oppressed or underprivileged people or weaker sections of the society are being left out of the mainstream. This is what we call as non-inclusive development in any economy. Non-inclusive means we are not including the whole population of this world into the mainstream development activity. And apart from this, this is one aspect, that is non-inclusive development plans. The second important thing is most of our technology developers are not looking at the environmental aspect of it. They are not factoring in the environment issue into their technologies. In the US, if you look at before there is any technology, there is what is called as Office of Technology Assessment. They need to assess the technology's impact on the society and the environment for next 2-3 generations, and only if that technology is acceptable from that perspective it is allowed. But here we don't see that kind of a thing. Many times we see that most often the discarded technologies abroad are being used as the mainstream technologies here. That's very, very serious. Because of this negligence towards the environment, maybe in terms of pollution of air, maybe in terms of, you see water, sound, or whatever it is, all sorts of ills have actually plagued the society. Now, if you continue with this kind of technological development and unwise deployment of the technology in the society, you will see that the development becomes unsustainable. That means the first point that I drove home was non-inclusive development, and the second point that I am now trying to drive home is unsustainable. These are the two perils to any society, I tell you. If you continue like this can be very detrimental and catastrophic to any society. In fact, none of us can be living happily. Not forget about us. In the future generations also, they will never be happy. If we are concerned about the people of future, our own children and grandchildren, we must be taking care of these two aspects. One is inclusivity, second one is sustainability. Most important. In this connection, we wanted our engineers to develop that kind of competency, technical competency, to develop very appropriate technologies to suit the environment. Our environment might be very different from the environment of other countries. We need to tailor those environmental requirements. That's first thing. They need to have technological capability. Second thing is the ethical concern to the society. That's very, very important. In fact, if technology were to solve all problems, we wouldn't have had any problem today. But we see millions of problems around us every day. It only means that our attitude towards deployment of technology itself is wrong. That means a technology developer must also be concerned about the ethical deployment of those technologies. From these two angles, we wanted to encourage our students to take up technological activities in whatever way they can, so that they can reach to the society from those two perspectives. Gautam, I welcome Mr. Gautam, who is the CEO of InnoLabs, BMS InnoLabs onto this. Please come. Welcome. It's okay. From these angles, we want to build the competency in students, both technically as well as ethically. And here is where I just wanted to tip 5 important terms which are necessary for our students to build their career over